get one side of it going. It's a very important part of the game, actually looking after the ball. I can't see a situation arise where you're going to get any sort of reverse swing here. It's too lush. It's too. I don't think one side of the ball is going to be scuffed up enough. But the ability to keep that ball fresh, one side of the ball fresh, to get as much out of it, even from a spin bowler's perspective, for that little arm ball, that little slider, really, really important. Interesting field change. Harry Tector now dropped deep square leg.
Yeah, Craig Young will definitely use that short ball a lot more often than the rest of the Irish seam attack, and we've seen a few already today.
It's important that he gets his line right with it. We saw what would happen when he got it wrong. He bowled a short ball wide outside off stump, no protection on the offside. Prince Maswari just a little bit of bat up and over the gully region. So it's important he gets the line right, just on that lead shoulder of the batsman. And the height, just to get it above the eye line, force the false shot. Another beautiful shot. Shot of great authority. Full. And he's been driven comfortably through mid-off. The second time in 2 overs.
Magnificent stroke again from Mashaure. And I'll reiterate, when you see him start to play strokes like this, then you need to just start to think, how are we going to get this guy out? He's probably just forced it a little bit straighter than he would normally have hit that line and length, but it's because he knows that there's no middle fielder. It's an extra cover who's a little bit straight. So again, good control and awareness to get the ball through the gap.
There's that short ball. Bring an end to the 21st over. Zimbabwe 70 without loss. Umpire Richard Kettleborough, very experienced campaigner. Seen a lot of cricket all over the world. I think I played against Richard Kettleborough in his Yorkshire days many moons ago.
I'm glad you mentioned the many moons ago, not me.
And we have a change of bowling now at the Belfast end. It's going to be more seam. It's going to be Curtis Camphor, a man who has that knack of making things happen.
Ireland from the city end, which is there, number 85, Curtis Camphor.
That contributes with bat and ball, doesn't he? Another one who puts in a lot of effort with his bowling. And he has a knack of breaking partnerships. I don't think it's a bad call getting him into the attack now.
I think the Irish side will be very. He generally gets wickets in lumps and clumps. I think famous for 4 wickets and 4 balls in a T20 international. Oh, what Ireland would give for that now. Attacking Joel Gumby's pads, but comfortably worked through mid-wicket again. More gentle of pace. And we'll look to bowl full. Attack the stumps.
Yeah, he might be one who's thinking, in particular to a Joel Gumby who ends up in front of the stumps, maybe I can get past him and maybe get an LBW.
I think that's the trap that Gumby can bring you into. You think, oh, I'm going to hit him in the pads. He's very good just at that little tuck. And as you brought it out, he's now playing a little bit straighter. He's playing at the mid-on and the mid-wicket. It's a much less risky shot. Full and whipped through mid-wicket and just pulled in from the rope. Good work there, but it's going to be 3 more to the Zimbabwe total.
Yeah, through that mid-wicket area, through the onside again, Mashaure. They've taken away Harry Tector, who was in a catching position previous over. I think they should keep him in catching to the left-hander. Ball shaping back into him, maybe take that cover out and allow him to try and go through the offside against the swing. He's to the right-hander now, Gumby.
Well stopped, one marker there in the gully. Interesting. Joel Ergumby just went with that, didn't he? Just opened the blade, controlled it, kept it down. It was almost like he's trying to work it through that gap between second slip and gully. Beats that outside edge. Nicely bowled from Curtis Comfort. Just maybe picked it up in the mic there. Big 20 minutes from Harry Tector in the field. I would say it's a bigger 20 minutes for the Irish bowling attack than it would be for the Zimbabwean batsmen. If they can get through this first session unscathed, it'll most certainly be. We used to keep that session chart in the changing room and you marked off which sessions that you won. This would most certainly be 1-0 to Zimbabwe.
Good running. Very good running between these two. Yeah. That said, it is a crucial stage now. Just 15 minutes before that lunch break. They will most definitely want to make sure that they make their way out there to that lunch break with that wickets column still barren.
End of the 22nd over. 5 runs from it. Zimbabwe 75 without loss.
Lady. .41 to the over.
Easily worked off his hip again for a single to fine leg.
Craig Young. Oh, a breakthrough from him would be just what the doctors ordered for Ireland. Nicely negotiated. Well behind the line of the ball. Prince Masoud. And if you look at that delivery, it's probably just on that fourth stump line. It's so good that if it just goes a couple of stumps outside that line, he's leaving that ball.
Two batsmen very comfortable here. Again, soundly in behind the ball. We're now 10 minutes before lunch. We may just see the token over of spin coming.
Yeah, why not? I think the way the session's gone, maybe it shouldn't be a token over. Should have probably been 2 or 3.
Another comfortable drive. Well, a shot of authority again. Good strong foot movement, full face of the bat, hitting the mid off. But Craig Young might take a little bit of encouragement from that he's drawing Prince Maswari into that shot.
Yeah, it's not quite the couple of half volleys that he hit in the previous overs. That length has just pulled back a little bit, and he's gone at it. So definitely encouraging for Craig Young.
What's your thoughts on the slip cordon there? We have quite a space between Lorcan, Tucker and Paulson.
Going to get a slip and have them at first slip. If the ball goes wide of him, then that's absolutely fine. Unless you've got a deliberate third slip or fourth slip. But the last thing that you want is a ball going in between, or a confusion between your first slip and your keeper. How often do you see a keeper think about going for the ball and this first slip is too wide to be able to cover it? If he doesn't go for it, you don't want that happening. 76 for none after 23.
Going to be Curtis Comfort again from the Belfast end. To Joy Lord Gumby, who's only 5 away from a 50 on Test debut. Ball down leg side. Gumby get the hands well out of the way. Andy McBride either warming up or dropping some hints to his skipper. They are certainly gesticulating to the tent that they want the helmet and the shin guards. I think we are going to see that 1 over of spin. I think it might have been worth looking at before now, particularly given the circumstances in the game. And so we're going to see Andy McBride, I think, from the Dundonald end, create a bit of pressure, get men round the bat.
Yeah, they got to go for it. Have a look. And what it is not necessarily expecting the ball to turn, but it's something different for the batsman to deal with before they go into that luncheon break. Been very comfortable to the seamers, ball coming onto the bat. Now you've got to think about a fielder maybe who's in short catching position on the leg side, on the off side. Feet maybe not quite going because it's a spinner. And that might just create a bit of doubt or an opportunity for you.
Without a shadow of a doubt, you know, that pressure, those people in your personal space as a batsman. Wicketkeeper up to the stumps, slip, you know, you create pressure in different ways. Very often you might play for a hint of spin, the ball maybe goes on with the arm, just takes that outside edge. I think spin is going to play a key role, not just in terms of containing, but potentially in terms of creating opportunities and chances. Well bowled, Curtis Comfort. Did he play at that or not? Very often you see the batsman pull that bat across.
He definitely played at that. Definitely. Have a look at that. Yeah, he's drawn into that, isn't he?
And then there you go. He just pulled it aside. That's the psychology of the game. As a batsman, you want to tell yourself, no, I didn't play
at that.
I didn't play at that.
Absolutely fine.
This is good from Curtis Comfort. Just hurry, Joy Lord Gumby. That brings the 24th over to a close. A maiden. And Andy McBride derobing. He's taken off the jumper here. We're going to see off spin from the Dundonald end with about 9 minutes, 8 minutes to go before the luncheon interval.